Have you ever felt something missing in your life, even when everything seems fine? In the Gospel of Matthew 15, there's a secret that could change everything. A story begins with an unexpected clash between Jesus and the Pharisees. They question, why do the disciples break traditions? Jesus' response is a shock that resonates even today. Let's dive into this story together. Picture the tension in the air. Religious leaders full of rules confront Jesus. He doesn't back down. Instead, he reveals a truth that cuts like a knife. True purity doesn't come from rituals, but from the heart. What does this mean for us today? Are we trapped in traditions that distance us from what's real? Think about it as we move forward. This miracle isn't just about food, it's about abundance. Jesus didn't come to enforce rules, but to transform hearts. Matthew 15 is an invitation to reflect on your priorities. Before we continue, let me ask, are you ready to dive even deeper into the next part? What if the change you seek is hidden in this story? Don't miss what's coming next, because the lessons only get deeper. What's lacking in your life? Could the answer be closer than you think? Let's find out together. Jesus didn't stop there. He challenged the Pharisees' hypocrisy, showing that pretty words can hide dark intentions. How often have you seen someone say one thing and do another? Matthew 15 forces us to look in the mirror. What comes out of our mouths reflects who we are. This question will stick with you. Then, the story takes an unexpected turn. A Canaanite woman, a foreigner, enters the scene. She doesn't belong to the chosen people, but her faith is unshakable. She faced Jesus' silence and even a seemingly harsh response. He praises her, saying, "Woman, great is your faith. Her daughter is healed instantly." This makes us wonder, what can faith do for us? Are we underestimating the power of belief? This lesson will surprise you. Yet she persisted. What would you do in her place? Give up or fight for what you believe in? This story is about to get even more intense. She cries out for help for her daughter, and Jesus tests her. What does she do? She doesn't give up. Her courage teaches us something powerful about persistence. This woman had no status, no power, but she had one thing: faith. Jesus' response to the Canaanite woman is a turning point. But Matthew 15 isn't just about faith. It's about breaking barriers. The Canaanite woman was an outsider, someone who shouldn't be heard. Jesus shows that God's love has no limits. If you feel excluded or unworthy, this story is for you. Let's explore this further. As the crowd watches, Jesus continues his mission. Heals, teaches, and feeds thousands with just a few loaves and fish. With every step, Matthew 15 challenges us to look beyond the obvious. Have you ever stopped to think about what really matters? What if the key to a fulfilling life was hidden in a single sentence from Matthew 15? Jesus said, "It is not what goes into the mouth that defiles a person, but what comes out." That truth is like a bomb. How often do we judge others by externals while ignoring what truly matters? Let's explore this. Think about how we live today. We're obsessed with appearances, what we eat, wear, or post. She accepted being compared to a dog and still persisted. How often does pride stop us from seeking help? Her attitude teaches us to lower our guard and trust. But Jesus flips this upside down. He challenges us to look inward. What comes from your heart? Words of love or hate? This reflection could change everything. It's not just an old story. It's a reminder that God can multiply the little we have. The disciples doubted, but Jesus acted. How often do you doubt what's possible? Matthew 15 invites us to trust, even when everything seems impossible. Shall we continue this journey? Jesus, however, said they need not go away. But before we move to the next part, I want to know, are you ready to uncover more secrets from Matthew 15? He saw the need and acted. What about you? How do you respond to the needs around you? This story calls us to action. Ever felt your resources were insufficient? Matthew 15 shows that with faith, little becomes much. His promise is for you today. Let's revisit the Canaanite woman. Her story isn't just about faith, but about humility and the miracle of the loaves and fish. From healing the Canaanite's daughter to feeding thousands, Jesus shows that nothing is too small for him. If he can do this, what can he do for you? But there's a detail many overlook. The crowd was hungry, and the disciples wanted to send them away. Every miracle in Matthew 15 points to a greater truth. God cares about every detail of our lives. Matthew 15 challenges us to ask, are we living by tradition or true faith? This question will make you rethink your choices. Canaanite woman teaches us that faith doesn't give up. She faced cultural, social, and even Jesus' silence. Her story is a cry of hope. No matter who you are, God hears you. Are you ready to apply this lesson to your life? In the Pharisees, they represent something we still see today. People stuck in rules but far from God. The miracle of the loaves and fish wasn't just about food, it was about trust. This story is packed with lessons that can transform your life. Can you imagine being in the crowd from Matthew 15? Thousands of people, hungry, hopeless? Then Jesus does the impossible. He feeds them all with almost nothing. This miracle teaches us something vital. God always has a plan, even when we see no way out. They clung to rituals, but ignored the heart. How often do we do the same? Follow rules, but forget to love. This story is a wake-up call to live with authenticity. Let's backtrack a bit. The Canaanite woman didn't give up, even when everything was against her. Her faith was so powerful that Jesus praised it. What if your faith could move mountains? Matthew 15 shows that true faith has no limits. Let's dive into this. From the Canaanites' faith to the miracle of the loaves, everything points to a God who breaks barriers. Are you ready to break yours? This story could be the start of something new in your life. The Pharisees, on the other hand, were blind. What about the miracle of the loaves? It wasn't just about bread, but about provision. She had no right to anything, yet she asked for everything. And Jesus listened. This teaches us that God doesn't play favorites. No matter your story, He's ready to hear you. It changes everything, doesn't it? Jesus saw the crowd's need and acted. Today, He sees your needs. Jesus didn't come to trap us in rules, but to free us with love. What if you applied these lessons today? What would change in your life? Let's find out in the next part. He taught, His words challenged the crowd to think differently. Today, He challenges us. What's in your heart? Do your words build or destroy? Matthew 15 is an invitation to change. Do you believe He can provide what's missing in your life? That's the question Matthew 15 asks. The Canaanite woman is an example of courage, but there's more. Jesus didn't just heal and feed. The story of Matthew 15 is about transformation. Before we move on, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any powerful lessons like this one. Your spiritual journey deserves this step. Let's transform lives together with these stories. Every verse in Matthew 15 calls us to be better. This story is about to reach its peak. Get ready for the final impact. We've reached the climax of Matthew 15. Everything we've seen the Canaanites' faith, the challenge to the Pharisees, the miracle of the loaves points to one truth. God is always at work, even when we don't see it. Are you ready to apply this to your life? Let's dive in. The Canaanite woman showed us that faith doesn't take no for an answer. She fought for her daughter and won. What are you fighting for? Matthew 15 teaches that persistence paired with faith can change any situation. The Pharisees remind us of a common mistake, focusing on the external while ignoring the internal. Jesus calls us to clean our hearts, be it time, talents, or resources. He can work miracles with the little we have. Have you offered your little to God? That's the key to abundance. What do you need to change today? This story is an invitation to start now, before it's too late. The miracle of the loaves and fish is a powerful reminder. God multiplies what we offer. Your message could inspire others. Till next time, may God light your path. And let's not forget, Jesus didn't just feed the crowd. He taught them. His words transformed lives. But a day trust that He provides for your needs like He did for the crowd. Every verse in Matthew 15 calls us to live with purpose, faith, and courage. What will you do with these lessons? Don't wait for tomorrow to change your life today. Trust that He transforms hearts as He challenged the Pharisees. He continues speaking through Matthew 15. Are you listening? This story could be the push you needed. The final lesson of Matthew 15 is about trust. Trust that God sees your struggles like He saw the Canaanite woman's. This story isn't just from the past. It's for you now. The decision is yours. Start today. Start now. Your life will never be the same after this story. Before we wrap up, I want to ask you, please like this video. Your like helps us spread these transformative messages to more people. Click now and join this mission to share hope and faith. Matthew 15 leaves us with a choice. Live like the Pharisees, bound by rules, or like the Canaanite woman, driven by faith. Finally, leave a comment below. Share what struck you most in Matthew 15, or how this story touched your heart.